This video will show you how to use the Rally add-in for Excel to import and export your data. We'll demonstrate installation of the add-in, how to export work items from a Rally project, use filters to export specific work items, how to import new work items, and how to import work item relationships, such as parent-child stories, tasks associated to defects, and portfolio item hierarchies. To use the add-in, you will need a copy of Microsoft Excel version 2007 or 2010 running on a Windows XP, Windows Vista, or Windows 7 operating system. Your system must also have two additional environments installed, Microsoft.NET Framework 4 and Visual Studio 2010 Tools for Office. Both of these requirements may be downloaded for free. To download the add-in and prerequisite software, visit the Installation and Usage Guide on the Rally Help site. Once you have verified that your system is compatible with the add-in, double-click the .msi file and follow the on-screen prompts. After the wizard completes, open Excel and you will see a Rally tab in the ribbon. Click Connect to Rally to configure your settings. Enter your server, username, and password information to connect to your Rally subscription. Only fill out proxy settings if your network configuration requires it. Most users will simply connect to the same address they log into Rally with via web browser. Once Excel connects to Rally, you're able to begin importing and exporting data. The export function gives you several configuration options. You can collect all work items of a specific type from a project, or use the filtering features to find unique sets of data. Start by selecting the workspace and project that you want to collect from. If you leave these fields blank, the default workspace and project setting in your user profile will be used instead. Queries control what data is exported from your project and are saved with the workbook file. You can create sets of filter criteria for reuse by saving a master workbook. Choose an option from the Type drop-down to select what kind of work item to export. Your choices may vary depending on your subscription level and configuration. The Order drop-down will sort the export results by the chosen field in ascending order. Uncheck the ascending checkbox to reverse the sort. The Columns field lets you choose which work item fields are returned in the export. Use the Choose button to see a list of available fields and check the ones you want. If you do not check any boxes, all available fields will be displayed. The Filter field lets you define specific criteria, and only work items that meet that criteria will be exported. We'll leave this field blank so we can export all user stories in our specified project. Click OK once your query is ready, then run it from the Excel ribbon. Let's see that export again with a few different options. Now we'll add a filter to our query so we can export a specific set of user stories. You can use the chooser to build a basic filter, or manually type in your criteria using the same syntax supported by Web Services API calls and the query field found in some customizable apps. Note that after you type into the filter field, any selections made through the chooser will override your text. See the link at the end of this video for details on building filter syntax. The import option provides you with a way to create large sets of work items in a single step. New work items will need to conform to the fields and settings that already exist in your workspace. The add-in will fetch these requirements so that you may format your Excel rows correctly. Click the Import to Rally button to get started. First, select the workspace to import to. You will be able to designate a specific project with a column in the spreadsheet. Select the type of work item and then click Schema. The add-in will read your work item field settings and present a grid. The required column will be checked if a specific field is required. You must enter the field as a column in your spreadsheet and valid values in each row to successfully import. The Valid Values button will display available options for drop-down type fields. Each type of field has specific criteria for what may be entered. For example, Boolean fields support yes, no, 1, 0, or true, false. Date fields use the format supported by your computer, and object fields require a work item name, object ID, or formatted ID. See the full list of supported syntax on the installation and user guide. To ensure your spreadsheet is formatted correctly, you can use the Validate button before importing. The add-in will review the contents and show you which rows have invalid or missing entries. Alternatively, you can export an existing item of the same type and use that data as a template for new work items. Be sure to display all available fields, then run a validation and delete those that are read-only. You can import user stories, tasks, and other work items that are associated to existing work items in the workspace. This is done with fields such as parent and work product. See the schema for the work item type you're using for the correct name of the field. For example, I want to import this set of stories and set them as children of an existing story in my workspace. This can be done by entering the formatted ID of the existing story into the parent fields. To import a hierarchy of stories, a set of stories and their tasks, or other related work item sets, start by importing the topmost work item, get the name or ID from Rally, and then import the children or associated items. I'll start by importing these two user stories, and now I'll import a set of tasks assigned to those stories. For more information on the Rally add-in for Excel, importing and exporting data, and other topics, see the following links.